Hello everyone, Siege Link here with the next game of Surreal versus Ace's team. I played the last game and lost. I didn't scout the roaches, and I've honestly never seen an attack that quickly with roaches when I go for the Reaper build. Because it seems to me like he was planning on going greedy, given that he went for hatch gas pool. So I definitely didn't expect a roach push. Because given the timing that his roaches were at my base, I'm almost 100% certain he couldn't have just made the roach warren in reaction to my Reapers and got the roaches that side of the map quickly. So I think that he planned to go for a roach attack, which I didn't expect seeing hatch gas pool. I thought he would go greedy with a third base and all that. But his overlord spotting my bunker, I think that's really what messed me up the most. Because he had an overlord at my base, see the Reapers. That itself was somewhat bad, but it was overall worse. That with that bunker being killed means I didn't have any safe spot for my Reapers. And he did know quite well how to deal with Reapers. Not perfectly, because you can attack onto them, they throw down the grenades and they just move away, but instead he decided to move command, which is equally as actually not equally as good, but still pretty easy to deal with, as you saw there. The Mass Reaper against Zerg nowadays really is poor. It's kind of just a matter of if your opponent knows how to deal with it. I was thinking of doing either that or going for double proxy barracks with Marines. You know, the build that had like a 90% win rate versus Zergs at one point in the pro scene because everyone went hatch gas pool. But I knew that he might not go for hatch gas pool. But on top of that, I'm in Surreal, which is kind of like the nefarious cheese team of the teams in the Discord. So he very easily could send his overlords to scout like the third bases in case I want to go for that proxy. That game, I think it actually would have won me the game, or at least been the better build. But I'm not really salty that I lost. I just really didn't expect that early of roaches. Especially since I didn't scout it, so it was probably in the back of the base. So far everything kind of standard. Whitexcat is now the Surreal player. So far every single one of these games have been super quick. I think that's 4 games now that we've played. And I think out of all the games together, they've probably lasted like 15 minutes, if that. We've probably been here like... Actually, never mind. We started at 7, but I think we took like 10-15 minutes to get started, and it's almost 8 right now. So it's taken a lot longer than I kind of expected. It's kind of odd seeing the standard build with the SCV scout. I think that's actually because he's not going for Reaper, he's going for immediate reactor with a reactor there. That's something I should definitely think about doing more. The problem is on some maps it doesn't actually work like this. So far, pretty standard, just skipping the Reaper in exchange for an SCV scout. Oh, nope, he did make the Reaper. I don't know how I didn't see that. Forlings. Just kind of going around, I guess looking for any proxy. But no proxy here. It's definitely something that you'd want to be scouting for, given the fact that you're facing Surreal. So far he doesn't look like he has enough links to deal with Hellions, especially since Whitexcat does not have speed and he is not getting it. Furious, what are you doing? This is super late link speed. Skipping link speed is quite greedy, given the fact that you're not going for roaches, you're going for banes. Looks like this might be a 3-base bane bust. I have seen them before, where you go for 2 bases fully saturated and then don't put any guys in the third and then go for like 30 lengths and 15 banes. So it's later on, but much more powerful. Now, do we have an armory anywhere? Yep, we do, so it looks like we're going to be seeing Hellbats. He's grouping up with 6. Looks like it's going to go up to 7. He started the 8th a little bit later, so it will hurt him a little bit here. Ooh, he's also sending a medevac over as well. This is going to be interesting. The thing is, he's sending these Lings over, but they don't have speed, so they're not going to really do much. Like, Hellions, like 2 defensive Hellions can easily deal with this many Lings that don't have speed.
Hey, you're engaging the opponent. Your drones are under attack.
My babies!
Oh, it even gets a Liberator here. This is not looking good for Furious. He's bringing his Lings back. I think he's just gone too greedy this game. I mean, look. He's got 39 workers, but no Ling speed. If he had Ling speed, he would be in a much better position than he is right now. Like, right now, I think this is pretty much just game. He's got a Liberator making it so he can't mine at all. And, okay, now he's got the mates. He didn't wait long enough to the point where he didn't have time to split properly. But he still took a very decent much like a damage, and keep in mind, he still hasn't dealt with this Liberator. He can just prevent him from mining from one base. Given the amount of workers he has, that's a ton of lost income. He doesn't even have close to enough queens to deal with us right now. No. He's just suiciding his queens at this point. That's not what you want to do. Oh, this is brutal for Furious here. Yeah, in that scenario, I think the best thing would have been to... Actually, no, because... Yeah, sending the Lings across the map wouldn't have done enough, because he needed those Lings for the Banes. Now, will Cat react? He will not. So he's finally going to be able to mine from that again, but he's on 2-base economy, and the Terran's about to have 3 bases. Now, luckily for him, his 5 barracks production is not quite ready yet. But, I mean, you gotta think the Terran player has a massive advantage at this point. Over 10 more workers, way more income, and a much quicker third, with the Zerg's third being denied. Now, he doesn't have Burrow here. If he had Burrow, that would be kind of sweet, but without Burrow, it's going to be kind of rough. I would love to see a repair on that medevac, because I think one of the ways that Whitexcat loses this is that the Queen's target fire the medevac when it's full of units. He didn't react there. You see we got a 4th base in the main base. He's getting 1/1 upgrades. Zerg has +1 carapace, but nothing else, and nothing else on the way. Just now started centrifugal hooks. That's also pretty late. He does have link speed now, but I mean, he's not used it for anything. That's the thing. Definitely should have gotten link speed earlier. Tank. And he is getting a Spire, so he's gonna go for Lingbane Muta, I'm guessing. And against tanks, that's okay. If it was Widow Mines, which most people don't like to go for nowadays, it would be a lot worse. He's getting +1 melee and Overlord speed. I feel like that's honestly the wrong choice, because I feel like he needs to save that gas for as many mutas as he can, because just 4 or 5 mutas really won't do anything against the tanks or the medevacs. I think he's got just enough units to survive currently, but he needs more Banes. I feel like the worst possible scenario for the Terran here is to trade army for army, which is fine for him because he's got 4 bases. So the Zerg's at 3 and he's planning on going for mutas. Yeah, this is what I'm talking about. Because he went for Overlord speed, he's only getting 4 mutas. 4 mutas really doesn't do anything. At this point, I think the only way that Whitexcat is going to lose is if he clumps up his units and walks into Banelings. But even then, he doesn't have many Banelings, and the amount of Marines, he's just going to shoot them down 1 by 1. This is what I was talking about. Coming from behind with the Lings. This is pretty much about as good as if you get for Furious. Not going to be enough. They're just going to stream in 1 by 1 into the Lings. And his income is still worse. Army supply is 72 to 12. that is going to be it for this game. Absolutely for certain. It's like a little bit of BM for Furious. So Furious is able to take 2 people out, but that will be it, not Whiteccat. And that'll be it for that game. I'll see you guys in the next game.